Hi everyone. Okay, so now you have defined the role by creating a job description, and you've sorted that job description from most important to least important, and you've chosen your top 3 most important tasks and identified the experience that is needed so that you can hire the right person. These are your must-haves. If they don't have them, you're not hiring them. So, but now we're not ready to start advertising and get someone in yet. We're nowhere near yet. So, the next step you want to do is review your local labor laws. These are labor board, labor standards. So, you're going to want to look at basically 3 different levels. The local level. So, this is municipal, city, town type laws. There may be specific laws for the municipality you're in, so you need to search these out. Normally, you can do a search online for your city or town or municipality and look for labor rules. There usually isn't a whole lot, but there could be, so look for them. The next level is your province, your state, or your region. These are probably the primary labor laws you will be following in most cases. Just depending on where you are, I could be wrong, right? But you want to look for those, and you want to do the search the same way. I know here in the province of Alberta, we have the Alberta Labor Standards, and they're all listed up on, the government website, and I can find them all. They're easy to find. You need to go search for them also. Then the next one you want to be searching for is your country rules. These in Canada usually apply to federally regulated or country regulated industries. Here in Canada, it's things like transportation, so the trains, and big truck hauling companies, logistic companies, right? Things that are related to that nature, to federal things. So in most cases, you're going to know whether or not you're federally regulated organization or not, but you want to search. Now, not everything up there is meant for you, but it may also be interesting to see what your federal government or your country is saying is a minimum standard for those industries, and these usually apply to federal government workers also. So it's a good gauge. Most cases it's not going to affect you, but you could be in a federally regulated industry, so you want to find those out, and you just kind of compare them all. You are looking for things like minimum wage, work hours, so how many hours you can work in a day, per shift, per week, whatever, overtime, how many hours a day or per shift or per week. Usually you calculate either by day or by week, and then you start paying overtime. You can choose which one you want. Work alone rules. So if you're planning on having one employee working your business by themselves, what are the rules for that? Is it allowed even? Under 18 rules. If you're planning on hiring a 16-year-old, 17-year-old to work in your business, they may have stricter rules. They absolutely can't work by themselves after certain hours, things like that. So you really want to identify that sort of thing. Another area you might want to look at, if you're in an industry that might be unionized, if you're dealing with union trades, things like that, you might want to do a quick dive into that sort of thing. I mean, these videos are meant for small business, so there's very low chance that you're going to have a union already because you haven't hired anyone yet. but there may be some things you want to look at. So let's say a fabrication shop and you need to hire your first welder. You're a welder. Now you're hiring your first welder. Is that welder part of a union? Is there a welders union in the area that can help guide you what they recommend, pay levels or work hours? The local might be able to give you this information. So then that's another set of minimums, just like the local and the provincial and the country rules. The union rules for your industry might also be helpful and apply. Remember, all of these are minimums. So you want to do better, be better, so that you can attract good employees. These are the minimums. If you go below this, you could be doing things illegally, right? And you want to avoid that. We've gone through a lot of situations over the last 200 years where worker rights have created these minimums, but just consider them minimums. I would always do better. If in your area overtime starts at 44 hours per week, why don't you tell your employees that they get overtime after 40 hours per week, right? Do just that. Or even 42 hours per week. It's silly, but if you're doing just a little bit better than the minimums, your employees are going to be so much more happy, especially as you start hiring more and more.